aqui.
Hello and welcome to the Wild Protea. My name is Clinton Drum and thanks for joining me once again. Bit of a sad day for South African cricket fans, but you know, we have to soldier on in these bad times. So let's get into things then. Oh, just before I do that, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe for me. Also hit that notification button, guys, so you can get all the latest from the Wild Protea. This is the fan channel, of course. I want to get my finger on the pulse of South African fans. So get those comments in below, that would be much appreciated. Let me know what you think of the channel and the content that I'm producing. So without further ado, the Proteas lost by an innings in 53 runs. Now I know that sounds heavy, and that's because it is a heavy defeat. At no point were we in this game at all. I think we were very timid with the bat in both innings. I think that we just kind of let them bowl to us, let their plans happen instead of having our own plans. It just looked like the guys were all at sea. One or two guys will feel under immense pressure. I know probably Hamza feels probably under huge pressure at the moment. Faf just personally might feel under a lot of pressure because it's been a pretty dismal run for him lately. And only Quinny and Keshev managing to get past 50 in this game. So really troubling times. For me though, it's a bit too early to panic. I wouldn't panic just yet. I feel like the guys have shown sort of small bits, individual bits and pieces here and there, where you can see sort of Milan's going to be a good player for us. You can see Rassi's going to be a good player for us. Hamza looks a bit all at sea at the moment. Faf, I think he's just one knock away. Quinny, obviously, he's been good. Keshev has been a mixed bag, but I feel more positive than negative. Rabada has been obviously not on his usual at his usual best, but still looks threatening. Vern has been excellent with the ball, although he hasn't really had the luck. Nokia looks a good find. Patterson's first game, so I think if you're looking for positives, there are positives there that you can have, but just not many at the moment, which is why the sort of Twitter sphere and Facebook and everything is looking a bit sad and dismal and wanting heads to roll. Boucher did come out after the game and say, after the test match, and say, it's his problem, it's his to fix. He takes responsibility for the lack of performance from the players. He's only had a short time to work with them, but he feels that if he's not stamping his authority right away, then something needs to change. Not necessarily the team. I think it's more of a mindset issue with us at the moment, and I think the issues are much deeper lying than people realize. I think this issue's been coming for a long time. But before I get into that, let's just look ahead at that fourth test. So in the fourth test, things could change. They could change dramatically, or they could change by one or two players. I would be a fan of not changing much. I feel like giving the guys time to play and time to make mistakes and time to correct mistakes is the way to go. I feel like jerking Hamza or Rassi or other guys for that matter, Dane Patterson for instance. I think that's going to be the wrong way to go. I think those players are not going to learn from that. They're going to go back. They're going to lose a lot of confidence, and some of them might go back and do better and come back a better player, but some of them might not come back at all. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they're not good enough for Test cricket, but I believe they've been picked for a reason. They are the top run scorers, wicket takers over the last few seasons. I believe that they can do the job, especially Hamza. Hamza has a really good first class record, and you don't get that good overnight. So I have faith in the boys, and I will continue to support them. Yeah, and so just looking at that fourth test, for me, only one change, depending on conditions. If the conditions suit the seamers more, I'd go for either Pretorius or Petroquio. Probably Pretorius because has played the two test matches already. Although Petroquio might get the nod because he's got that little bit of X factor about him. He tends to produce things when no one else can. So in this sort of situation, would be much needed. Hey, would be much needed. Yeah. So for me, that would be the one change. I don't know if I would go with Keshev or without Keshev. Probably with Kesh. The pitch might change, might take some turn. You just never know. In 5 days, things can happen. We might bat first. Faf might win a toss. Pigs might fly. Yeah, hopefully Faf can win one toss and we can bat first and set up a good total, and then Keshev will definitely come into the game. So I think the one change, obviously Roberta out and possibly Pretorius or Andile Petlequayo in. So heading into just looking at the issues that are surrounding sort of the team at the moment, and I just think that we are looking at the current squad and blaming them. And I think that the issue is deeper lying. I think the issue lies more with Cricket South Africa and the poor planning. When we were top of the world, when we were number one test ranked team in I think it was 2008, and it's been a steady decline since then because we've lost the likes of Jacques Callis, we've lost Hashim Amla, Dale Steyn, Morne Morkel, JP Duminy, AB de Villiers. We've lost the core of that team that became number one in the world, and the team sort of started struggling sort of when AB took the reins already. We kind of did okay in patches, but because we still had AB, we still had Amla, and we still had a few guys there still putting up their hands. Now we've lost everyone. We had a lot of debutants in the side. We've mixed and matched. Guys have underperformed, and I think it's just poor planning from CSA. There were series in the past where we were 2-0 up in a three match series where we could have played a Riley Rousseau or whoever, a young up and coming player where we could have sent him in and said, listen, you've got one test, do your utmost, because obviously for at the start of the next series, if you make a big under or whatever, your name will come up in selection for that first test match. Now you might not get that first test match, but what you will get is that test match experience, which is invaluable, and I think that we missed an opportunity there in our sort of heyday, if you want to call it, and I think it's just poor planning. And then now it's been dumped on, first of all, Enoch Nkwe was probably the unluckiest man in the world, getting a team that had just come off the worst World Cup performance ever, and then going to possibly the most difficult place to make a coaching debut, India, in a test series. So yeah, he got dealt a bad hand. Then Bouch comes in, makes a few changes, and everyone expects things to happen overnight. It's not going to work that way, guys. I have said before in articles that I've written that it's going to take at least 18 months to 2 years before we see real change and real momentum for us. Now, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully, things can change quickly. Hopefully these guys can come together. What I do like is that Bouch has got the squad back minus Rui second, I believe. So Petroquio, Bavuma, Hendricks, and Keegan Peterson have all come back into the squad. So they're getting the squad together. They want to see now who's going to put up their hands, obviously in the nets and at practice, blah, 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 whatever. If they want to make changes, that is, of course. And I think they might be inclined to make one or two changes. Like I said, for me personally, I would stick it out, have patience, and let the guys, have a good run at it. And then, on the subject of patience, I think we need to be patient with with our captain, Faf du Plessis. I think, like I said earlier, he's just one knock away from being the captain we all know and love. Now, Faf is very much a confidence player, and you can see he's not confident at the moment. But there were some indications that mentally he's coming right. We saw him, although he got out in the first innings, we saw him try to take on Dominic Best. Second innings, we saw a few times he did come down the track and he did try and take on the spinner again. Now, I do feel in this test match we played too much in their hands by playing too defensively from the outset. But that is because we're losing wickets up front. You can't play any other way when you lose wickets up front. You have to consolidate and try and build a partnership. So, yeah, I think, just be patient with Faf. He did say that he's going to have a look at his career after the T20 World Cup. I believe he might retire if things aren't going well and hand the reins over to someone else. I personally would be sad. I think he's still got I think Faf still has a few good years left in him. At least 2 years left in him to lead this team to better times and also to groom another captain. I don't think there is another guy that can step in right now and be captain. I see a lot of people saying Quinton de Kock. I really, guys, I just don't think he is the right man for the job. I think he needs to go up the order and concentrate on his batting, and someone needs to tell him, listen here, you have the capability of being the best batsman in the world. Go do that. Leave the captaincy, the politics, everything. You just bat. And I don't see any other potential captains out there on the field at the moment, which is sort of sad. The only guy that you might look at is sort of Dean Algar. He's been a stalwart and is probably the only guy at the moment who could take the reins from Faf. That's pretty much everything I have for you guys today. So thanks for joining me, guys. Guys, don't forget to get in those comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. What do you think of Faf? What do you think of the team? Do you think Boucher's going to get them together? Australia next up. What do you think that test series holds for us? And all sorts of things, guys. Also, guys, feel free to comment on anything that I've said in this podcast. And if you agree, if you don't agree, this is the reason why I want to start the fan channel and get it going, so we can get conversations going, so we can get a voice and let the Proteas know what we think of them or we don't think of them. That sort of thing. Guys, thanks for joining me. Before I go, hit that subscribe button. Also like this video. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you can get all the latest from the Wild Protea and all the latest from the Fair Digest. Thanks for joining me, guys, and I will see you again very soon. Cheers, have a good evening.